Hey y'all, let's talk about matrix multiplication. I put just a couple notes up here in the upper right hand corner. Um, just as a refresher, the way that we name kind of matrices or describe them is we're going to use a row by column kind of technique where we look at, well, this example, they're the same. So, but we have two rows. That's here and here. Okay, so rows 1 and 2, and then we have two columns, 1, 2. So this matrix right here is going to be a 2 by 2. And obviously this one's the same size. We still have two rows and two columns. So the first thing you kind of need to do when you're doing matrix multiplication is check that your insides must be equal. What I mean by that is these two numbers here, okay, they have to be equal to each other in order for you to be able to multiply them. So that does work for this example. You have a 2 and a 2, so we are able to multiply these matrices. And then the outside numbers will tell you the answer matrix size. So we're left over with a 2 and a 2. So we know that if we're taking matrix A, I'm going to call the first one, and we multiply it by matrix B, then our answer matrix will be a 2 by 2 because these on the outside are kind of left over, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is go over how to multiply them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take um, our first row, okay, in the first matrix, and we're going to multiply that by the first column in the second matrix, and then we're going to add those numbers. All right, that's going to give us, if our answer matrix is a 2 by 2, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 positions, that's going to give us this position right here. We call that kind of element 11 or position 11. And that tells you that you're going to be multiplying row 1 by column 1 to get that answer. So what I mean by that is we're going to take -5 and multiply it by -2. Okay. And then we will add that to -5 multiplied by 3. And then we're going to add those numbers. So -5 times -2 is 10, plus -5 times 3 is -15. If I add those two numbers, I get -5. So in my answer matrix C, my position 11 is going to be -5. Okay. And I apologize if I kind of cut off. They started recently limiting these videos to 5 minutes. So let's look. For the next one, for this position here, we call that position 12. We're still going to use row 1, but this time instead we're going to multiply it by column 2. So if I take -5, that first number here, and I'm going to multiply that by -3. Okay, and I add that to -5, that second number, multiplied by 5. So -5 times 5. So -5 times -3 gives you a +15, and then -5 times 5 gives you a -25. Okay. If I add these two numbers, I'm going to get a -10. So that's your second answer. That's going to be what we would call element 12 or position 12.